upon further study of worldwide trends and measures and the need of extreme caution during such time as this, I have come to the conclusion that stricter measures are necessary. For this reason, pursuant to my powers as President under the Constitution and Republic Act 11332, I am placing the entire mainland of Luzon under quarantine until April 12, 2020, coinciding with the entire end of the Holy Week.
In response to the spreading pandemic of coronavirus disease or COVID-19, the President declared the entire Luzon area under enhanced community quarantine that shocked communities in the National Capital Region, the Cordillera Administrative Region, the North, South, and Central Luzon. As cases of contamination increased exponentially, the month-long lockdown was not enough. With the pandemic, the Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Mark A. Villar took on the challenge and organized the DPWH COVID-19 Task Force. The DPWH Regional and District Engineering Offices in Central Luzon initiated the following activities to protect people against the dreaded coronavirus: disinfection and sanitation, installation of sanitation tents and gantries, transportation of healthcare workers and medical frontliners to hospitals and medical centers, and the transportation of beds at the V. Luna Medical Center and the Philippine Heart Center, both in Quezon City. Under the command of Regional Director Roseler Tolentino, evacuation centers were converted in no time into isolation and quarantine facilities in Aurora, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, and Zambales. The Task Force on Augmentation of Healthcare Facilities, headed by Undersecretary Emil K. Sadain, facilitated the conversion of public buildings into temporary healthcare facilities as early as March 21, 2020. With the pandemic strength, resiliency, and the power of engineering construction methods, the DPWH transformed the following into temporary quarantine facilities: the National Government Administrative Center in New Clark City, Capas Tarlac, the ASEAN Convention Center in Clark, Pampanga, the Philippine Arena COVID-19 Center, the DPWH, the Philippine Arena, and the MVP Group of companies entered into a partnership on a large-scale health and safety initiative to provide optimal medical care against COVID-19, following the offer made by the Iglesia ni Cristo to the government to convert and use its mega tents into quarantine sites free of charge. On April 17, The first coordination meeting was held in the arena with the Augmentation Task Force and the DPWH Region 3 team, headed by Regional Director Roseler Tolentino, Assistant Regional Director Denise Maria Ayag, and the District Engineers of Bulacan 1st, Bulacan 2nd, and the Pampanga 1st District Engineering Offices. The District Engineering Offices from Aurora, Bataan, Nueva Ecija, Tarlac, and Zambales stood by for any contingency. The Region 3 team set the timeline for 10 days modification, complete with 300 cubicles, separate toilet facilities for health workers using 40-footer container vans, medical personnel's mess hall, disinfecting tents, supply storage areas, and air conditioning systems in each of the 3 mega tents, nursing stations, sanitizing chambers, and test booths were likewise installed. The mega health structures catered to incoming patients afflicted by the coronavirus disease, including repatriated OFWs who need to undergo mandatory 14-day facility-based quarantines. While the DPWH augmented the construction of the vital structures, the MVP Group, the country's leading conglomerate, provided utilities for the facility such as water and electricity and digital services like Wi-Fi connection. Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation also granted the DPWH's request for the waiving of fees at its Ciudad de Victoria Toll Plaza for government and private vehicles carrying medical professionals and patients bound to the Philippine arena. True to its commitment, the DPWH in Region 3 and its manpower worked without let-up to complete the facilities on schedule, notwithstanding the threat and risk of exposure to the pandemic. With the completion of the mega quarantine facility at the Ciudad de Victoria estate, the DPWH has shown that the agency is sincere in helping the country win its battle against COVID-19. Indeed, we work as one, we heal as one.